Hey, what's up? Hope you're all well. Welcome back to the channel. It's a bit of a weird experience when you spend over £3,000 on a laptop, set it up, and then get what seems to be the exact same experience as you got with your previous laptop. But this one's quite different. And, well, it's all in the hardware. Let's start by talking about the performance, which is why most people would be interested in this laptop in the first place. I ran a Geekbench score and got a single core score of 1782, which is phenomenal compared to the other laptop. And the one that's closest to it is the Mac Mini, which is an M1 chip anyway, and that got 1711. It also got a multi-core score of 12,635, which is crazy numbers compared to last generation Intel Core i9, which got a 1061 for single and 6822 for multi-core, which again is almost double the performance when it comes to multi-core, which is crazy. So look, on paper this laptop looks and seems excellent. How does it fare up in real life usage? Now for me, I've been using it for editing 4K videos, and this is a 4K video, as you can see, and it's swiping through the timeline very easily without any jittering or delay or anything like that. For my previous laptop, if I tried to import a 4K video, sometimes even as long as 30 seconds, that could bring my whole laptop to a stop. Now I've also seen other YouTubers stack 3 or 4 clips of 8K footage on top of each other. I don't have the capability to do that, but it's very good to know that this offers some sort of future proofing when I do get to that stage, hopefully soon. Now the crazy thing is it does all that processing without having a real major effect on the battery life, which is phenomenal. These new machines also come with low, high or automatic battery mode. I just usually leave it on automatic because it allows the machine to decide when required to use more battery power. So that's the internal performance done. There's also been a lot of external changes that Apple have made, and I like almost all of them. Let's start with the appearance and the weight. When I first saw the laptop, I instantly felt like it was a middle ground laptop between the older 2012 2013 models and the latest generation 2018-2019 models. The laptop is thicker than last year's, it looks slightly darker grey than last year's, and it's also notably heavier, and it feels extremely durable. I mean, just opening and closing the screen and feeling the quality of the hinges gives you a real sense of satisfaction. Apple has added a HDMI port, an SD slot, which is really good, especially for people who do video editing. There are 3 USB ports, that's USB-C, there's a headphone port and a MagSafe port. The MagSafe cable is braided, which is something I haven't seen before with Apple cables, and I think it's a really good thing. Just makes it more durable and easier to store away. As you can see, the connector itself is also quite well built. It even feels like you might damage it if you apply too much pressure when you try to pull it. It's really quite strong magnets that are used, but you just need to apply a little bit of an angle and then it comes off quite easily. The connector has a light on both sides, which turn orange while charging and green when it's fully charged. It also comes with a 140 watt charging adapter, which is absolutely massive and allows for fast charging. So the keyboard has also had a big revamp, and most notably the touch bar at the top has gone, which I think is a good thing. It always just used to take a little bit longer to get some sort of task done, or I would accidentally touch it and cause something to delete or a window to close. The Touch ID button is more in sync with the rest of the keyboard, I think, than the previous generation. So it actually looks and feels like a key with just a little circle for the fingerprint reader in the middle. But yeah, it definitely does sort of feel as it's more in sync with the rest of the keyboard. The whole keyboard is inset into the body of the laptop, and it's all one level, which I think looks really nice, but I'm not too keen on the background color of the keyboard being the same color as the keys. If you look at previous generation, the background of the keyboard would always take the color of the body of the laptop, which I just think looks a bit better. Now it looks like just a big rectangle, a black rectangle inset into the body of the keyboard of the laptop, sorry. But I think that's just the preference and that's just my taste. The keyboard is also backlit, but they've removed the physical button which used to allow you to quickly turn up or down the backlight of the keyboard. The option is still there in the operating system. I'm just going to turn down the light so you can see how bright it goes. It does the job, it's nice, and you know, it's always nice to have that option. Here's a typing comparison between the three laptops featured in this video. The keyboard does attract a lot of fingerprints, so I have found myself having to wipe it a number of times in my short usage, but overall does the job really nice and slick. The screen is a 10-bit liquid retina XDR with ProMotion up to 120Hz refresh rate with a pixel density of 254 pixels per inch. And yes, it's really bright. Not quite the 4K yet, but for me, I'll be using it in clamshell mode, so it'll do the job. As you can see, this is just a quick demonstration of how low the brightness goes and how high it goes, just so you can get an idea. The notch at the top of the screen has been a big talking point recently. It doesn't really bother me that much. What you need to know is that it takes up the same amount of space as the menu bar at the top, and the mouse rolls underneath the notch, and when you go into full screen mode in any window whatsoever, the whole bar at the top just turns completely black and the notch is completely covered. So you kind of don't feel it, but I can see why people are annoyed, and you know, I think it's time that Apple get rid of it. The speakers are also really good. They have a really nice bass to them. Here is a quick recording to compare my old laptop with the new M1 chip laptop in terms of sound under the exact same conditions.
Some of you are probably wondering, what is that? It's called a gimbal. It's pretty sick. Some of you are probably wondering, what is that? It's called a gimbal. It's pretty sick.
Right, in terms of the camera quality, I'm now in my bedroom. I've only got one very small key light facing me. The rest of the room is completely dark, and yeah, it's a 1080p camera. It looks okay, does the job. I think if it was better lighting here, it would definitely be better quality, it would look better. There is two options when you're recording a video. You can have it on maximum quality or you can have it on high, but as I said, judge for yourself. It does the job. If you do lots of Zoom calls where you need to be on camera, you might look to invest in a 4K camera, but I think this does the job. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So here we are. What's the verdict? Should you buy one? Well, the short answer is yes, if you can afford it, or if you are the type of person who likes to have the latest tech, or if you require it for your workflow. But remember, this product is just a means to an end, and where there's a will, there's always a different way. So if it's going to get you into financial difficulty with the price being over £3,000, then no, it's not worth it. But with the new features, especially for me having upgraded after 4 years, I can really feel a difference, especially going from the 13-inch to 16-inch. So yeah, I've been happy with my purchase. I hope this review has been very beneficial for you guys. If it has, or if you're new to the channel, do support me by subscribing to the channel right now. Also give the video a thumbs up, and there's nothing left to say apart from I'll see you in the next one. Peace.